The UK-based Middle East Eye has published an article discussing the decline of French influence in Africa. The article delves into the waning influence of France in the Sahel region of Africa, highlighting recent developments where countries like Chad and Senegal have severed military ties with Paris. These actions reflect broader dissatisfaction with France's role in the region, which has increasingly been seen as ineffective and overly paternalistic. The article stresses that Chad's announcement on November 28 to end its defense cooperation with France and Senegal's call for the removal of French military bases mark growing desire of African nations to assert their sovereignty and reduce their dependence on former colonial powers. This trend is also evident in the increasing local opposition to French intervention, with frustrations rising over France's failure to achieve tangible security outcomes, such as in Mali and Burkina Faso. While France initially gained positive recognition for its military interventions, particularly in Mali in 2013, its continued presence has led to questions about its effectiveness. Burkina Faso, despite being a member of the G5 Sahel Security Initiative, lost 40% of its territory to jihadist groups under French-backed operations. France's economic influence in the region also raises questions, particularly the CFA franc currency system, a lingering colonial legacy. It ties African nations to the Eurozone, which is facing economic stagnation. Furthermore, the article critiques the French political elite's apparent indifference toward declining influence in the Sahel. The author notes that the domestic political turmoil in France has diverted attention away from Africa. The piece also highlights a shift toward a multipolar world, with countries like Russia, China, and Turkey increasing their influence in Africa. These nations are offering alternatives to France's economic and military support, provide infrastructure investments, private military contractors, and affordable drones, creating new options for African governments that are increasingly dissatisfied with French offerings. In conclusion, France's influence in the Sahel is on the decline, and it is likely to reduce its military footprint in Africa. The piece underscores a broader shift in Africa's geopolitical orientation, as the region seeks greater autonomy and new partnerships outside the shadow of former colonial powers like France.